Hi, thanks for joining me again for another writing booster. In this writing booster I'm going to be talking about prepositions as sentence starters. So in the previous couple we've looked at using INGs, words to open our sentences, and we've looked at similes as well. Okay, so let's look at prepositions. Firstly, what is a preposition? Well, a preposition is a word that shows the relationship between two other words. Prepositions talk about place and they talk about time. Okay, so a preposition of place gives us extra information about where the action in the sentence happens, where the verb is happening. Let's have a look at a couple of examples and you'll see what I mean. So, across the pond, this is where the action is happening. Joe could see the trees. Across the pond is giving me extra information about where the action is happening. So he might not be standing across the pond, but he can see across the pond. Inside the wheel, my hamster, who doesn't love a hamster? My hamster ran incredibly fast. Inside the wheel is my preposition. It's telling me it's happening in this place, and this is the action in my sentence, my verb. It's telling me more about that. It's telling me where the hamster's running, so inside the wheel. Between the clouds, Sandra could just spot the sun shining. Again, nice example of where this action is happening, so she can just spot it between the clouds. Okay, so those are prepositions of place. The other type of preposition that I mentioned was time prepositions. Now these show a link between two events, one in the fronted adverbial and the other one in the main clause of your sentence. It might be that these actions are happening at different times, so after I did this or before I did that, or it might be that they're happening at the same time. Let's have a look at a couple of examples. So, during the week, is my when is this action happening. I go to bed early for school. So this is my action, going to bed. This is when it's happening during the week. Before I do my homework, here I've got two. I already know that I'm going to have an action that happens at a different time. So before I do my homework, there's another action happening here. I'm going to play on the trampoline. Okay, so playing on the trampoline, this action here is going to happen before the homework gets done. This sentence shows two actions happening simultaneously, so at the same time. Whilst creating masterpieces, from junk, and I spelled junk wrong, from junk in my craft box, I love listening to music. Whilst tells me it's at the same time, two actions are happening at the same time. So when I'm making my masterpieces out of the stuff in my craft box, I am loving doing this action. I am loving listening to music. Okay, so there are loads and loads of prepositions you can use to show time and to show place about when an action is happening or where an action is happening. Be creative with them. I hope that was useful, and please join me again for another writing booster. Thanks for watching.